Hi everyone, welcome to By Explaining. In this video, we are going to start discussing about human reproduction. The lecture will mainly be based on the class 12 textbook of NCERT biology. Let's begin. So in this video, we are doing the first part and we are talking about the male reproductive system. Okay. So the male reproductive system is located in the pelvic region. What do we mean by the pelvic region? The pelvic region refers to the region in the lower abdominal side, right? So the male reproductive system is located in the pelvic region. So now one by one, carefully note this diagram that is being shown here. So let's talk about what are the different parts that are present in the male reproductive system. So first in we have a pair of testes, right? So if you note here in the diagram, a pair of testes is present. अच्छा, one thing to note कि singular and plural में spelling अलग है. क्या है? When you write TES, this one is the plural term, right? And TESTIS, this one is the singular term. So a pair of testes is present. Then what is there? There are accessory glands present, right? What are the different accessory glands? They are prostate gland. Let's locate them in the diagram. Prostate gland is present. This red colored structure here. Next, you have the seminal vesicle. This is the seminal vesicle. This leaf-like structure, see, here it is present. This one, this is the seminal vesicle. And next what we have the bulbourethral gland. यहाँ पे जो है ये वाला छोटा वाला, तो bulbourethral gland को also Cooper's gland भी बोला जाता है, right? तो क्या क्या है? A pair of testes, that means two testes are present. Then accessory glands है, there are three. एक है prostate gland, एक है seminal vesicle, एक है bulbourethral. Each of these are in pairs, right? They are all present in pairs. Then क्या है? Then ये individual glands के लिए अपने खुद के ducts है, right? Each of these glands will have their own accessory ducts. And end में क्या आता है? External genitalia, which is the penis. ठीक है? So these are the different parts or the structures which are present in the male reproductive system. Now, let's start discussing about these different structures one by one. पहले क्या आता है? First, testis. So this testis is present outside the abdominal cavity. That means it is not present inside the abdomen. It is outside the cavity. Where is it present? It is present in a special pouch or a sac-like structure which is known as the scrota, right? So the basic question that comes up here is, what is the necessity कि abdomen के अंदर it is not present? It has to be present outside the abdomen in a special sac. The reason is that there is a process called spermatogenesis जिसमें क्या होता है? Testis produces sperms. ठीक है? So for the formation of the sperms, optimum temperature is required. Optimal matlab the best or the most correct temperature that at which this spermatogenesis process can occur. That temperature is around 2 to 3 degrees centigrade, lower than the body temperature. तो इसीलिए the testis is not present inside the body. It's not present inside the abdominal cavity because टेम्परेचर जो चाहिए वो 2 to 3 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड कम है as compared to our normal body temperature. ठीक है? Now shape क्या है? The shape of the testis is kind of oval and dimensions, lengthwise it is around 4 to 5 centimeter and widthwise it is about 2 to 3 centimeter. Okay. One thing to remember is when the testis starts forming, like when a male child is inside the womb of the mother, the testis starts forming. As it is shown here, this is the original position of the testis. That means this is where, this is in the abdomen, inside the abdomen, right? But what happens is approximately at the third trimester, okay, approximately during the third trimester, what happens is the testis descend down, right? The testis will descend down. Okay. So when the testis descend down, what is a specific path? Like here you see it's written path of descent. So what is the specific path that they descend through? They descend through a special canal that we call to be the inguinal canal. Okay, so this inguinal canal is the passage or the path through which the testis will descend down, and once they have come down, now where they will stay, now they are present inside the scrotum, जो हमने अभी देखा है. Now they are present in the scrotum. ठीक है, तो originally it is present in the abdomen only, बस at around the third trimester क्या होता है, it descends down via the inguinal canal and then it is present in the scrotum. Next क्या आता है कि now let us have a look into the internal structure of the testis. One by one देखते हैं. First what we have, see each testis is segregated approximately into 250 compartments. कौन सा है compartment? If you look into this diagram, ये देखो these things which are present, each gray box which is being shown to you, each of those gray boxes represent the lobules. What do they represent? They represent the lobules. Okay, these are the testicular lobules, right? So in all the testis, each testis individually is segregated into approximately 250 compartments which are known as testicular lobules, right? Now look inside the testicular lobule. What is present inside the testicular lobule? You will find that there is this coiled red colored structure which is known as the seminiferous tubules. Okay, what are they? These are seminiferous tubules. So these seminiferous tubules are highly coiled structures. What is their function? Their function is to produce sperms. So sperms are produced from these seminiferous tubules. Again, look carefully inside this gray colored box, inside a certain lobule. What you see is that apart from the seminiferous tubule, कुछ खाली जगह is also present. This gray color part is present. तो क्या है वो खाली जगह? Those are the things we call to be the interstitial spaces, right? Interstitial मतलब in between के spaces जो है. And inside this interstitial spaces, there are a separate kind of cells present which are known as interstitial cells, या तो इसे हम Leydig cells भी कहते हैं. ठीक है, तो क्या देखा हम लोगों ने? That is, each testis is divided into around 250 compartments या तो lobules, and हर एक lobule के अंदर क्या है? Seminiferous tubules है and Leydig cells या तो interstitial cells है. तो function wise seminiferous tubules, what is the function? कि they will produce sperms, and sperms produced जो होता है, this process is known as spermatogenesis. Production of sperms, spermatogenesis. And Leydig cells, what is their function? Their function is to secrete androgens. Androgens का मतलब क्या है? These are the male hormones that are produced. These are nothing but the male hormones, right? जैसे कि testosterone is the androgen which is produced. और क्या-क्या चीज है? Other than this, several other immunologically competent cells are also present, right? What do we understand by immunologically competent cells? मतलब these are certain cells of the immune system who will protect your germ cells, Okay, so what do? They protect the germ cells. राइट तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्या क्या हो सकता है इम्यूनोलॉजिकली कॉम्पिटेंट सेल्स जैसे मान लो कि ल्यूकोसाइट्स राइट जैसे मान लो मोनोसाइट्स जैसे लिम्फोसाइट्स दीज आर द डिफरेंट इम्यूनोलॉजिकली कॉम्पिटेंट सेल्स दैट कैन बी प्रेजेंट okay so now inside each of these seminiferous tubules will contain two kind of cells. We can say that the seminiferous tubules are lined by two kind of cells. What are they? One of the cell is the male germ cells, which we can also call to be the spermatogonia. So spermatogonia are the male germ cells, and the other kind of cells which is present, the second one, these are the Sertoli cells. Okay, so दो type के cells है seminiferous tubules के अंदर. One male germ cell, that is spermatogonia. Second is the Sertoli cells. Fine. Now, what is the function? If this male germ cell, that is the spermatogonia, these are the cells which will undergo this spermatogenesis process and they will produce the sperms, right? So what will they do? Their work is to produce sperms by spermatogenesis. Okay, and what is the function of the Sertoli cells? They will give nutrition, they will provide food for the germ cells. Okay, so if you look into this diagram very carefully, क्या देखने को मिलेगा? That this is a sectional view of the seminiferous tubules, right? So if you very carefully look into the diagram, you'll see that these red colored part which is present, inside that red colored part at the side, whatever cells are present, those are the interstitial cells. What is the other name of the interstitial cells that I have just told you all? Do you remember? Yeah, it is the Leydig cells that are present, right? Next, what you have? Next is the spermatogonia. See, in the slight pinkish region, these round cells which are present. I mean to say, I'm talking about these cells which are present, these kind of cells. So these are all what? These are your spermatogonia. So spermatogonia are nothing but the male germ cells which are diploid. And if you again note in the middle, you see these few, just these few. I'm highlighting with green. So these are what? These are your spermatozoa, which are the haploid sperm cells. Okay. So once again, seminiferous tubules में क्या क्या है? दो type के cells है. One is your male germ cell, spermatogonia, and दूसरा है Sertoli cells, whose function is to provide nutrition to the spermatogonia. Fine. Okay, so for all this while, so many times I have been telling you all about spermatogenesis. So what is spermatogenesis that I was telling? Spermatogenesis is the process by which sperms are formed. Process of sperm formation. This is a very basic definition, a very basic way of calling it to be. Spermatogenesis is the process of sperm formation. तो cell division क्या होता है? Let us understand that in a simple manner. Okay. See, first you start with your spermatogonium. So what is the spermatogonium? Spermatogonium is a diploid cell and this is the male germ cell. We have just seen, right? कि inside the seminiferous tubule, male germ cells are present. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Mitosis happens. So when mitosis happens, the 2n still remains to be 2n. तो क्या मिलता है? We get the primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte जो कि अभी तक diploid ही है. It's still diploid. Now the meiosis process starts. So what do we know? Meiosis occurs in two different steps. First meiosis or meiosis 1, वो क्या है? That is reduction division. So what we get is secondary spermatocyte, which is now diploid, haploid. So the secondary spermatocyte, which is haploid. Right. So this meiosis 1 is what kind of division? Meiosis 1 is reduction or reductional division. Right. So these are the secondary spermatocytes that we get. And then again meiosis 2 happens, which we know, which is the same as mitosis. Right. So this is, again, you can call it to be equational division. Matlab N will remain as N. So secondary spermatocytes have formed now spermatids. Okay? And spermatids will undergo further development to form the sperm cells, which are known as the spermatozoa. So remember one thing, that wherever you find the word spermatozoa written, please दिमाग में ये एकदम अच्छे से put it inside your head कि spermatozoa and sperm cell refer to the same thing that we are talking about. ठीक है? तो क्या क्या हम लोगों ने अभी तक already we have seen, that is a pair of testis is present. We have studied about that. Inside the testis, the lobules, the compartments are present. उसके अंदर seminiferous tubules है, interstitial cells है, वो सब के बारे में हम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया. Now what we have to study, now we will start studying about what are the accessory ducts that are present, right? What are the different accessory ducts that are present? So the accessory ducts that are present are, one, you will have the retitestis, then you have the vasa efferentia, then you have the epididymis, and then you have the vas deferens. So these are the four main structures, the ducts that are there. Retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and the vas deferens. Right. So these are what? These are the seminiferous tubules. So seminiferous tubules say the spermatogenesis process will occur, and from there sperms will be released. Sperms will be formed. Right. So from the seminiferous tubules, what do we get? The sperms will first go to the retitestis. Okay. So the seminiferous tubules connects to the retitestis. Then all the retitestis coming out from all the seminiferous tubules, where do they connect to? Now they will connect to the vasa efferentia. So vasa efferentia is which part? This part that's present. I'll highlight in red probably. Yeah. This part is the vasa efferentia. Right? From the vasa efferentia, where does it go to? It will go to the epididymis. So this epididymis is, again, you see, a very coiled kind of structure which is present. And from the epididymis, ultimately where does it go to? It goes to the vas deferens, which is also known as the sperm duct. In simple words, the vas deferens is also known as the sperm duct or the vasa deferentia. Okay, I guess this is fine. So what have we seen? That from the seminiferous tubules, the sperms will go to the retitestis. From the retitestis, it will go to vasa efferentia. From vasa efferentia, it will go to the epididymis. And from the epididymis, it goes to the vas deferens. Right? तो क्या होगा? What happens is this vas deferens ascends to the abdomen and loops over the urinary bladder. मतलब till now what we were seeing कि जो भी है सब तो scrotal sac में है, which is not inside the abdomen per se. It's outside the body, preserved in a special sac that we call to be the scrotal sac. तो ये जो सब भी है, seminiferous tubules, retitestis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, सब कुछ क्या है? All of these are present in the scrotal sac. Now, this vas deferens is the structure which will enter into the abdomen, right? So, what happens is, it ascends to the abdomen and loops over the urinary bladder, right? It will loop over the urinary bladder. यहाँ पे let's just figure out. This is the urinary bladder, right? This structure, this one here, the ureter is present. I've marked as number 1, and number 2 I've marked the vas deferens or the vasa differentia, which ascends to the abdomen and loops over the urinary bladder. ठीक है? और क्या क्या स्ट्रक्चर्स है मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम में? वी हैव द एक्सेसरी ग्लैंड्स एंड दीज आर ऑल पेयर्ड, दैट इज दे आर ऑल 2 in number, right? तो क्या क्या है? What are the different accessory glands that are present? First we will talk about the seminal vesicle. तो यहाँ पे एक बार फिगर आउट कर लेते, कहाँ पे है seminal vesicle? Yeah, this is where it's written, seminal vesicle. So these leaf-like structures, I'm again painting in green here. So these are the 2 seminal vesicles which are present. क्या function है? Seminal vesicles release a fluid known as the seminal plasma. Okay, it is known as the seminal plasma. Components क्या क्या है? Fructose, calcium and different kind of enzymes. Okay, so the function of this seminal plasma is to give motility to the sperms. Motility मतलब क्या है? Motility मतलब है ability to move. Ability to move. Because sperms need to swim through the female reproductive tract till it reaches the ovum, right? So that is why the sperms need to have motility. The seminal plasma helps to provide motility to the sperms. And ये जो fructose है, calcium है, what is the function of this? This fructose and calcium will help in the nourishment of the sperms. Fine. Next क्या है? Next you have the prostate gland. Okay, so what is the prostate gland? Now I'm painting it in blue now. So these are the 2 prostate glands that are present. Okay, what is its function? The prostate gland secretes a fluid which is alkaline in nature. What we know कि female reproductive tract जो है वो एकदम acidic in nature है, right? So all the sperms and all, if it enters, the acidic content or the acidic environment will kill those sperms, will destroy the sperms, will affect them. तो कुछ ऐसा होना चाहिए जो कि वो acidity को neutralize कर दे, right? मतलब acidity effect एकदम null हो जाए. So इसीलिए to neutralize acid क्या चाहिए? Base चाहिए, alkali चाहिए. So that is the function done by the prostate gland. कि it will secrete alkaline fluid so that the acidity of the female tract gets neutralized. Right? तो गया seminal vesicle, गया prostate glands. अब next क्या है? Next है bulbourethral glands. Bulbourethral glands देखो ये छोटू सा this red colored ones that I am marking here. So bulbourethral glands also, they are known as what? They are also known as the Cooper's gland. They are also known as the Cooper's gland. So functionally, what do they do? The bulbourethral gland has a function. It also secretes this alkaline mucus-like fluid during sexual stimulation. ठीक है? So, this fluid, this Cooper's gland wala fluid, this will also help to lubricate the penis. Another function, lubricates the penis. Okay, so in this page basically, or in this slide, we can say what have we studied? We have mainly studied about the 3 accessory glands that are present. The seminal vesicles, the prostate gland, and we have studied about the bulbourethral gland. कि क्या है, कहाँ पे present है, what is the secretion, and इसके functions क्या क्या है. So basically, in the previous slide, हम लोगों ने क्या देखा कि seminiferous tubules will produce the sperms and sperms will go to the retitestis from there. Retitestis से कहाँ जाएगा? Vasa efferentia, vasa efferentia से epididymis and epididymis से vas deferens. तो वहां तक हम लोगों ने देखा. तो now what will happen to the sperms after that point? कि seminiferous tubule से all this way it has come to the vas deferens. अब next क्या? So from the vas difference, the accessory gland is present on the other side, that is the seminal vesicle, right? तो seminal vesicle के भी अपना खुद का duct है. It has its own duct. So this vas difference gets joined by the duct of the seminal vesicle and it forms the ejaculatory duct. मतलब ये सब के जो क्या है secretions है seminal vesicles के ये सब they will come together with the sperms and all of it opens into the urethra. Right? So the ejaculatory duct opens into the urethra and then via the urethral meatus it comes to the penis. So penis को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? The penis is known as the external genitalia in case of human female, in case of human males. Fine. So last thing, what are we going to study about the male reproductive system? That is the external genitalia, which is the penis, right? So it has a special kind of tissue, जिसे हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, which is known as the erectile tissue. So from the name only you can understand erectile tissue. That means what will happen? It leads to some kind of erection. So how does it favor? It facilitates insemination. Insemination किस चीज को कहा जाता है? Insemination refers to the release of the semen into the female tract or rather female reproductive tract. ठीक है? So this special kind of tissue, that is the erectile tissue, will facilitate in insemination. Okay. Then क्या है कि at the end of the penis, this region that I am circling in yellow, this one is known as the glans penis. Glans penis, right? So what is the glans penis? This is covered by the foreskin. So you know it is a kind of a loose skin which basically makes it possible for the penis to undergo erection. Okay, that's all about the male reproductive system. In the next video, we are going to start discussing about the female reproductive system in humans. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by explaining. Stay tuned. Meet you in the next video. Bye-bye.